Welcome to the back tube. Hello there.
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hold up.
Silence.
Oh, my God. No, I was reading the private chat.
That's what I'm doing too. Because there's excuse us. There is a book that has been written in the private chat. We're reading. Thank you.
Yeah. And it is.
Insert
it's a
elevator
book.
music
Sorry,
here.
I just saw that and I had to share.
Oh, my gosh. It's literally a book. Oh, my gosh.
Not that long. God.
Yeah, it is.
Two
It is.
sentences,
Yeah.
y'all. It's two sentences.
It's a lot to take
Jester,
in.
put squirrels in the chat.
Yeah.
Jester.
Well, you know, it is what it is, and this is why.
I'm James Earl Jones, and you're watching The Vac Tube.
Look, little things amuse me tonight. What can I say? Been playing Hogwarts for almost, weeks.
So how is tonight different from any other night?
I'm stuck. I guess so.
Oh, my God. That wasn't me. That's not me.
I know. I was silent and I was like, wait, Chester.
That's me.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
My name using the same conversion.
See, it's fun. Sorry, y'all.
There you go.
Wow.
Fucklet. Fucklet.
Sounds like a candy at a porn shop. A fucklet.
Oh, my God.
Oh
my
Hi everyone. I am off camera today because I feel like dog doo doo.
Yeah, y'all.
And it sucks because I've been waiting for Tim to get or be on the show again. Been real excited for it. In the past 2 days I've been sick, so
He has.
the show must go on.
Mhm. I
We're
told him to
live,
drink
baby.
some coffee, but he won't listen to me. So I'm just
I
kidding.
have listened to you. I didn't have time. I had to try and make me something to eat because I only had just a few pieces of sesame chicken earlier today.
You need a Keurig because that stuff will knock out coffee like boom.
Yeah.
It is just one of the most incredible technological
Yeah.
creations.
Well,
inventions.
why would I do that when I can just wait 10 minutes on my $10 Mr. Coffee?
Because
Well,
you can wait less than a minute to get
Yeah.
a cup of
But see,
whatever
y'all don't
you
know.
want.
I could be making it right now.
Are you?
I would recommend. Highly
No, but I
recommend
could be.
Spoonful of honey. Shot of whiskey in with the coffee.
Plot thickens.
There you go. A shot of whiskey in with the coffee.
Shot of whiskey and a spoonful of honey.
Or spiced rum. The Captain Morgan spiced rum.
And see, this sucks. I can't even drink right now.
No,
Oh.
no.
Well, no, it's not that I can't. It's that I don't want to.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
wow.
like, oh,
Whenever Daryl says he doesn't want to drink, you know there's something wrong. It's like I was telling Jester earlier, Adega posted something on Twitter, and it said you've been kidnapped, but your kidnapper still lets you post on social media. What do you put to let others know that you need help without the kidnappers being let on that you need help, that you're asking for help? Adega puts, I believe all things medical. I put, I love Disney Star Wars. Daryl would put, I no longer desire or want alcohol.
Yep.
That was Daryl's answer.
Yep, I'm going dry.
Mine would be give me more math, please. I think that would be mine. I want math. I need math, y'all. Please saturate me with math.
Jester said his would be something along the same lines as mine.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah. What would yours be, Tim?
I love lamp. I don't. Anchorman reference.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, mine would be, I thought Rings of Power was stellar.
There you go. There you go. Then we would definitely know something was wrong.
Yes. I want to be Rings of Power Galadriel when I grow up.
Oh, Alwyn, you could just say no to Disney crack. That'd do it for me.
Yeah, I could say no.
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
He would know.
Wait, are
Mine-
we fair? There's something wrong.
Yeah. Mine would be like, I'm going to see the Little Mermaid movie and like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Peter Pan and Wendy should win Oscars.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
It started hiccuping.
Yeah.
But I had to change to Frau Bluka for the joke.
Bravruka.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, speaking of like scary bitches, last night for the first time I saw The Frighteners, and
Oh,
I
really?
loved it. I cannot believe I've never seen that
Oh,
movie.
Seriously?
Wow.
Movie is out freaking standing. I love
It
it.
is so it is okay. Every October I try and do like a 31 days of Halloween viewing where I try and watch something, even if it's like 10 minutes to a full movie, something kind of Halloween-y during that time.
You said
Halloweeny.
weenie.
I said Halloween-y. And that is being added to my list. Oh my God. Every time I thought the story was going in one direction,
It switches.
took a turn and went. I was like, yes, I loved it. It's got everything that I love in a paranormal ghosty movie. I loved it.
Even
I feel
the
like I've been
hemorrhoid pillow.
reborn. Huh?
Even the hemorrhoid pillow.
Yeah. The donut.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And when that guy, well, I don't know if I should say anything. I'm assuming everyone
Do
has
you
seen
know
it
how
other than
long that
me.
movie's been around?
Yeah, that's true. But so when I call him
Spoiler warning.
Adolf. I can't remember his name, but at the end, when you think he's gonna get them, and then Michael J. Fox leans back and crazy chick fucking blows Adolf's head off. I was like, oh my God, didn't expect that. It was so good.
Yeah.
Really
It's nice
was.
to see the mom from E.T. go ham.
She did amazing. She
Oh, yeah, Dee Wallace, I love her.
My God, she was so sold out on that role. It was so good, y'all. If you haven't seen it, Everyone probably has, but if you haven't, watch it. That and the Michael J. Fox The Still documentary. Oh God, that was good too. So good. I mean, I've always been a fan, but yeah. It just released, and it's like, damn. It's anyway. Yeah. So I had a Michael J. Fox night, and it was amazing. I'm very happy. So.
Cool.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know how the hell I never saw The Frighteners. I have no clue.
Daryl, you want to say hi to the chat?
Yeah.
Pressing it now so you don't have to get refunded for your Arwina activated water bottle. Chris, got a water bottle.
Yay.
And I love my hat.
I was looking for something.
Okay.
I was looking for something else, but that just
Boing,
hit.
boing, boing.
I'm like, fuck it. Okay. Hello, Miss Leia Rose.
Hi, Leia.
Hey, Leia.
Thank you so much.
Yay.
Hey, Apollomies, how you doing?
Apollo me and Timmy.
Hey, Minion.
Mr. Westbrook, creator of the Vactubiverse. Here I am sitting there saluting and shit like I'm on camera.
Don't worry, no, well, I do that and I'm barely on camera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the hell, man? Mr. Persia. A LARPer.
Howdy, Chris.
What?
No, according to that thing that Arwen has, I'm fuck licked.
And below you is fuckable.
Oh my God.
Wait, I missed that. Hang on.
Look at Tim's face. He's like, what? Oh my God.
And welcome, Tim, to the show.
Tim.
Oh,
Hey, Tim.
What's up?
oh,
Oh,
that hurts really bad. What's up, Orc? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's your-
Orc.
Hey, Orc.
The Squirrel Meister. And there's Arwen.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
I'm so calm and reserved tonight.
That's funny, Arlena. You and me made the exact same noise. We just both went.
I'll do my best. I'll calm down. I'm like,
No. Oh, no.
Ruby Rod is in the house.
Go all Ruby Rod. I don't
Right?
care.
Go back.
Hey, Zachariah, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey,
Hey,
Zachariah.
Zachariah.
Oh my God.
Mr. Banjo Sandwich Worthington.
Hello
Welcome,
there.
sir.
Hello.
Hi, Gary.
You sounded
Hey,
so
Wade.
proper, Daryl.
Huh?
Yeah, Banjo Sandwich Worthington. You sounded so proper.
Well, I kind of felt, I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
Oh my gosh.
You feel pretty.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird night. I'm sorry. What's my opinion on the WGA strike? Don't give a fuck.
Who?
The best thing that happened
No.
is late night television is gone.
Does that stand for
Right.
Writers Guild of America, or is it something?
Something
those
like
two
that.
business.
I'm with you, Daryl. I'm like, I don't care.
I need an adult for the description. Yeah. We go ham with that. Hey, Irate, what's up? man?
Great.
Hello. Hello.
And that is everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, now I'm hurting.
Well, don't do that.
Well,
Oh.
Daryl, this is the vac tube. You know you're gonna laugh.
Oh, I know, and I've been dreading it all day.
Prepare for
Sorry.
the pain. Prepare for the pain.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Good thing you said that because that leads us into the first dad joke of the day. Nope,
Uh-oh.
that one.
What did Han Solo? Oh,
Hang
you gotta
on,
do the
damn it.
music. What did Han Solo say to the waiter who recommended the haddock? Never sell me the cods.
This has been a dad joke by Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips.
That music sounds something to me like when you're playing D&D and your character would walk into like some little tavern, and there's one little lone person in the corner, and people are throwing beer and tomatoes and shit at them. That even though they're good, it's just because you're in a rough part of the village, and that's what they do, and that's what it makes me think of. Anyway,
Yeah, I've been to those bars.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, right?
Yeah, I think you coming out of the wilderness and finally found a town, and then the music changes to that. You're like, oh, this is nice. Then you go in a bar and get your ass kicked. Then you got to start all the way back at the save point.
Yeah, makes me think of Chinese food for some reason.
Me too.
What Chinese food, y'all? Really?
or Japanese food.
Really?
Okay, well, see,
that's
I guess this one will be Chinese food, and this one will be Japanese food. Because Japan is smaller than China, so you use a smaller gnome.
All right. So the difference
I deserve
between
that.
and chicken teriyaki. And Mugu
Let's do it back.
Sorry, you did that, Daryl. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost said your real name. And Jester just starts looking around like, what? Where's that coming from?
Oh, I know. I agree. Or D&D with this group, it would be pure insanity. But my God, it'd be fun.
It will be unstreamable. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question, Jester, for you, and I've been thinking about this all day, and I have a reason for it, which I'm not going to share right now. But what is your when you go to play D&D? What is your go-to? What is the character and class that like resonates with? Because I know I said Druid one time, and you about read me for filth, and I'm like, I don't know, because I see you as this kind of wise, can be zen, but can kick ass, and the beard. You were like, no. So what is your preference for a class?
Ranger.
Okay. All right.
But mostly because of the archery aspect of it.
Okay.
I like a ranger spec'd into bow use and specialized in whatever I need to be hunting. And those are the reasons for it.
I agree with that. I do like ranger. I prefer rage. I don't like to be up and close with the bad guys. I'd like to be
don't get me wrong. A ranger up close can be even more deadly than one with a bow.
They can, but like I prefer the pew.
Yeah. Yeah, for the type of character I like to play, the bow works better. So.
Okay.
All right, Jester, it's your turn.
What?
Cheryl, cue the music.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Daryl.
Apollonie's minions. First dad joke of the evening. A panic-stricken man explained to his doctor, "You have to help me. I think I'm shrinking." "Now settle down," the doctor calmly told him. "You'll just have to learn to be a little patient."
This has been a dad joke by Apollo Minion.
Yes.
Oh my God. Prepare yourself, Tim. You have to read the next one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Apollomies has some great ones.
Oh, she does. She kicks ass on those dad jokes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
It's what, like a back tube tradition now.
Yeah, it is. So what have you been up to, Tim?
Well, besides hanging out with my Raylos, because they're weird, but hit me up though. Not much. It's starting to get hotter. I went to Comic-Con in Chicago. That was about a month ago. Trying to get those watch hours up still. Took a little bit break from TikTok and like Instagram, but I'm back on there again. But yeah, just kind of moving on.
Sorry, I was trying to move it.
I've been playing Fortnite occasionally, so.
Oh Oh my god, dude.
Oh, cool. Are you enjoying this new season of Fortnite?
Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, the Star Wars stuff is awesome. And using the Force and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
Jester got his mall today, and I'm almost
Mhm.
there, and I've got Padme.
Oh, very
I've been
nice.
playing Padme.
I wouldn't mind having Padme. Padme looks really good, actually. I think she looks
Mhm.
better than Leia does. Leia
Yeah, I
looks
think so,
good, but Padme looks better. Just the
Mhm.
way she looks more like the actress. Looks more like the character.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Daryl.
God, Daryl!
Really?
Jesus.
I think they've done really well with the Maul avatar as well.
Yes.
Now that I've got it and I've
Yes.
actually got to see it properly.
And the
Maul looks
Anakin.
good.
The
Anakin looks
Anakin
good
looks
too.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a
Until
question. As far
yeah,
as
Anakin does look good until you make him headbang and then you realise his hair doesn't move like at all.
Yeah.
Shellac. Although I need to see Anakin do the it's not the Cube Queen. Who the hell was the floral chick? We just had her. The labyrinth emote, the Jareth emote.
Oh, that one.
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, seeing Luke do that, oh my god. But so I want to see Anakin do the same one.
That'd
See
be
if
nice.
he
Next
can-
time we play. Next time we play.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Tim?
Oh, yeah. So I noticed you get like the points or whatever to win the characters, and mine is only kind of filling up on like the good side. How do you make it go towards like the dark side
You-
to win Maul?
You have to buy it.
Yeah, you have to pay extra to get more.
hmm
1,000 V-Bucks to unlock the bottom track. But once you've unlocked it, all the stuff on the top track, if you then pay, you'll instantly unlock everything on the bottom track.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
hmm
So if you don't have the money right now and you want to wait until like the last day, see if you can do it, that's probably your best bet.
hmm
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah. I like this season, but I also like well, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, but they had the anime stuff where you can Kame blast someone and you had like that really strong punch.
hmm
Yeah, Arwen called that Kahlua Lua.
Yes. And we've never let her live it down.
Nope.
I hate them Kalualuas. They're mean. They're fun to use though, but they're a bitch to get smacked with. When somebody else is using them, ugh.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, if you're suddenly surrounded by a blue light, run.
Yeah,
Yes.
a
Mhm.
Darth Maul head made of Legos. That would be awesome.
But just the head work? What about the rest of the body? Why
I
would
thought
you
they've done that.
just a
What
little
they did
head?
at that Lego Darth Maul.
Because Arwen, everybody wants a little head.
But just a tiny little Lego head sitting on your shelf? I mean, Legos are little.
No, you would build it like you build the Death Star and the Millennium Falcon are.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You just
Like a
completely
big
make
one.
That just really went over her head. Oh my God.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking like
Yeah,
many
I think
tiny Legos to build a little tiny mall head. I'm like,
Oh my
shit, build a whole
God.
body. If you're gonna do that,
Daryl.
stop it, Daryl.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
okay, Tim, your turn.
Like a bust, like a mall bust. Okay, I
Daryl,
got
cue the
it.
music.
All right. Is it a Polymin Minions? Or how do you say
Apollome's
that?
minion. Apollome's minion.
A Poly's Minion. All right. Dad joke. Someone complimented my parking today. They left a sweet note on my windshield that said, "Parking fine."
God. Thank
Oh
you.
my
Apollo.
gosh.
And hi, Rumble.
Oh,
Hello,
that's right.
Rumble.
We're on
Hi, Rumble.
Rumble. Hey, Rumble.
We're always on Rumble and Twitter at the same time. I just always forget. Even though I got the Rumble chat pulled up, nobody ever says anything.
I need to get my Rumble set up, but I don't have.
Uh-oh. You got it queued, Daryl?
Oh shit! Hang on, 2 seconds. Okay.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Well, shit. What?
This one.
Oh.
To the back cave.
Oh my
Hey, Palpy.
Oh,
Chef
I got to do this on
Palpatine, winner
camera.
of the Great
Hail Emperor.
British Bake Off.
Palpy. With his quick quack gin.
Made the Jedi way, y'all.
That's right.
Yep.
He's the best Jedi. I love him.
Yes, my former master. I believe Tim's former master as well.
Indeed.
Everyone's
So
former
Red Bay
master.
took him out.
Ray Bay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Darn Red
Oh.
Bay.
Looks like Lady Luck just gave you the finger.
He's still in his chef robes.
I can see him.
Oh my gosh.
Palpatine, Emperor of Power. Chef.
Oh, there he goes with a tiny hand.
Na, 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 na.
Arwen, you missed it.
What I miss?
You missed the tiny hand.
Oh, wait. Who flashed the tiny hand?
I did.
Oh, the tiny. I did.
The
miss
tiny
it. I was
hand.
I
looking
gave
away.
you the finger.
You did. With your tiny hand. And your butterfly.
I wish it still had batteries to say, fuck you.
Daryl, stop it.
So do I. It doesn't even have the thing in it that makes it say "fuck you" anymore. I took it out.
Oh.
It was completely broken. There was no point in it being there.
Oh. Hello, Vertical Horizons.
This is
Hello
Lord
there.
Gordon Ramsay versus Chef Palpatine. The Bake Off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And hello, awesome one. What is up with everybody saying Daryl is a LARPer?
I don't know.
I don't. What is going on?
I feel I need to respond in kind.
With his own tiny hand, tiny finger.
Oh,
I don't have.
Oh,
No,
Only
Daryl
Jester
actually does
has
have
that.
man hands.
Well, if I can have man hands, Daryl can have tiny hands. It is what it is. Okay, I'm sorry,
Okay,
I
so
don't
hold
have
it way
man
back
hands.
here. It's tiny.
and he doesn't have tiny hands. So see, fake news, y'all, all the way around.
and Pod Racing Palpatine is back, everyone.
Hello,
And
Emperor.
Palpy.
Arwen gets the last dad joke.
Oh, okay. A Palamese minion. Last dad joke. I just spent $300 on a limo and learned it doesn't come with a driver. I can't believe I have nothing to show for it. God.
Oh my gosh.
This
I'm
is
like,
good.
where is this going?
Good one. Good one.
How are we
Screenshot
nipples?
shows
Is that what you're
LARPers?
saying? Are we nipples? Are we not?
I
Hold
don't
on.
know.
What the hell's the stream?
Hey, Whitechapel.
No, we're fine.
No.
Because of the thumbnail.
What?
Oh,
Oh, the
Oh,
Renaissance people, y'all. They're Renaissance
Oh,
people.
no.
Lord,
Yeah, I was
Oh,
I was
get it.
feeling rather Bardish today.
I get it. Okay, that makes sense now.
Mhm. Yeah,
and I
wasn't
didn't feel like making a new thumbnail, so I just went with one we already had.
See, now all someone says the medieval music helps with the LARP thing. Well, Tim and Arlena thinks it's Chinese music because they
No,
both
Japanese.
want Chinese. Well, I thought y'all said you wanted a Chinese food when you heard.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
Arlena thinks it's Japanese music. Tim thinks it's Chinese. I mean, yeah.
yeah. And I'm just sitting here thinking, fuck, I'm hungry.
God.
You got like a soundboard or what's going on? Or is that like a software, Daryl? You got like all the sounds.
Yeah, it's a software. It's called Voice Mod. You can change your voice all up with it and
Ooh,
download all these sounds and stuff and upload your own sounds to the board.
Mhm.
nice.
Works
It's
way
cool.
better than my Steam Deck or Stream Deck. That's what it is. Stream Deck.
Hey, Mac.
Hey,
Mac.
Makani. Oh wait, I gotta say that again. Makani.
Oh my
Muckety.
God. Oh my
Neat.
God, Daryl.
Yeah, I know. I got to turn my camera off. I didn't do my lighting or anything today. I just got the overhead on.
Oh my gosh.
It's
What?
okay. It's Saturday.
You. I forgot Mac is off on the weekends now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
Good for you, Mac. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yes, congrats on getting your weekends back, dude.
Yeah. So Mac should check Twitter.
Twatter.
Check the Twitter.
Check the Twitter.
The Twitter must be checked.
Oh gosh.
Yes,
Apollo
Twitter.
me lied. Oh Lord. Apollo me lied.
Oh, there's the Hogwarts Express. Can you hear it now?
Blowing their town.
All right, Daryl, you get the real last one, I guess.
I lied, now the last dad joke. Anyone looking to buy a DeLorean? Good shape, good mileage, only driven from time to time. This part of the show brought to you by Apollo's Minion and Dad Jokes.
You built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Oh, be safe, Apollo me.
Take care.
Drive safe.
Give Sammy's lots of hugs and kisses and treats.
But not while you're
But not
driving,
when
that's
you're
unsafe.
That's when you're driving.
My God. Little known fact. I leaked the info to Manny both hands, and then he died.
Oh, someone snorted. I heard that.
It was me.
Arlena snorted.
Oh my God, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. That joke was the funniest. Face force lightning to the face. Oh my gosh.
You know, our
That
Palpy
was
has
back when he
a
was
hell of a lot more personality than the movie Palpy. I love
Right?
our Palpy. He's someone I'd want to share a drink with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Oh my
He'd have
gosh.
some stories to tell.
Mm.
The time
Yeah.
I got lightning to the face. You want to hear it? Okay.
I already know the story. I'm gonna tell you from my perspective.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the real story. God.
Well, the first
Yeah.
time it was against a guy with a purple lightsaber. I'm not lying. A purple lightsaber.
That shit was purple, y'all.
Yeah. It was almost violet purple.
I know they couldn't get away with it because of the rights, but you know how Wicked is the story. You know, it's based off a book, which is basically the Diaries of the Wicked Witch. It's what happened in her story. I would love if somebody could do that with Palpatine, a book in his words, what
Oh my
really
God.
happened, and then he could get his own musical stage production. That'd be amazing.
Oh, that would be great. Oh my gosh.
It would.
Just don't let Disney write it.
No, yes, no, God, don't let them just ignore it. Forgot I said anything because I don't want to get any ideas.
All right.
One time at band camp, I got force lightning to the face.
You can hear him saying, you know, they say lightning never strikes twice.
It struck my face
Oh
a
my
multitude
God.
of times.
They're liars.
Just ask my granddaughter.
Oh my God, it would be so good.
Yeah, it would be better than the robot chicken version, which was fucking hilarious. Hey, lovely Sherry. Oh my.
Palpy's ponderances, or you know, I don't know. But,
Palpy's memoir.
Palpy's memoir.
Palpy's
Or-
palpitations.
Or it could be like what's his face? Fucking Harry. Uh, it's just one name. It's Palpy.
It's Palpy.
Palpy.
Name of his book
Palpy.
is Palpy.
Palpy.
Or because his book was Spare, right? He could just name it Emperor.
Emperor. There you go. Emperor. Emperor. Oh.
Tim wasn't ready for that one.
See, that's the D&D pub down the village from the first one.
That's the one that we actually like to hang out at.
Yes, right there where everybody's drunk, nobody gives a shit. Break
You're-
out the little
you're
peace
muted,
pipes
baby.
because I'm muted.
Not you.
Oh,
I said
that
baby.
Oh, well, I just heard you're muted and my brain translated Arwen. I'm sorry.
It's fair. You usually are muted when anyone
Yes.
is.
so
This is true. This is true.
I was just thinking, no, that Mission Impossible theme sounds like the party's barred.
Yes, it
Just
does.
before we
Yeah.
all get thrown out.
Yes, it does. Level 1 bard.
Level 1 bard, his first performance. Nope, get out of there.
Yeah.
What about my loot?
God.
Take it with you. Throws it at him. Breaks in half. Oh.
Oh. And then
You
we have to
bastard,
quest a
you
little
broke my
bit to
loot.
get him money so he could buy him a new instrument because we're all so poor. Level 1, you don't have shit to your name.
He's a bard, he's part thief, he can go nick it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nope.
So, Tim, I haven't watched any Disney Star Wars since Kenobi because Kenobi broke my heart. Has any of it been any good?
I have unpopular opinion. I actually liked Andor, but I do agree that it was a little too long. As far as Mandalorian, I was liking it at first, but then it just became this hot mess, and it became the Bay Katan show. So I love Bay Katan, but it should have been more centered around Grogu and Mando or Din Djarin. So it was a hot mess, and it was a major letdown. It was the weakest season of them all compared to
Yeah.
season 1 and 2.
Agreed. And on that note, let me ask you one question. Do you feel this season was written solely by Jon Favreau?
No, it felt like that there was they had a story that one way they were going, and then it just kind of totally took a completely different twist. So I don't know. It was a hot mess. A lot of logic problems. I don't think it was solely on him. And I've heard some of the stuff that there was some interference by other people. And the whole, I don't know if I believe that whole note thing. You hear about that, where there was a note left by Favreau kind of tipping us off that this has been compromised. Maybe that's kind of
the little Babu Frick going, I'm out, motherfucker.
I think something like that.
No, I don't buy that. That was just somebody in the studio trying to be cute and get away with something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean,
did you
that's
like
to me,
it?
but no. It started out decent, but then it's in the first episode, okay, they get attacked by the TIE interceptors. They never question where they came from. They're on Mandalore. There shouldn't be anybody there. There's no ships around. They never question it. It's okay, hopefully they'll address that. No, never did. I was like,
You should
okay.
say interceptors. Because they have hyperdrive.
I agree. Andor was okay. It was pretty good. I liked a lot of it. But yeah, it was too long.
Daryl,
What?
Jester asked you a question.
I'm sorry.
Did you say TIE interceptors? Because they have hyperdrive.
Oh, yeah.
They could have come from anywhere.
That's true. But they never questioned it.
Although I don't think that's actually been explicitly said in any of the Star Wars films or shows. That's what I remember from the Star Wars tabletop RPG.
Actually,
Yeah.
it is in Thrawn, the newer trilogy that Timothy Zahn wrote.
From the expanded universe that isn't part of the Star Wars canon anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
The newer trilogy of Thrawn books. I think they came out in 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
But they do talk about it because it was Thrawn's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Those were excellent books. Highly
There's my
recommend
canon.
all 3 of them.
That's all my canon right there.
Hmm
Very nice.
Speaking of which, Arwen, didn't I give you a book to read? A Star Wars book? Didn't I give you one to read?
No, I left it there.
Oh, I thought you took it with you.
You were going to, and then I'm like, no, because I'm coming back. Just leave it there. But check in the bedroom
Come back.
just in case. But
Yeah,
no, I didn't
exactly,
take it.
Daryl.
I didn't take it with me.
I was trying to remember which one it was that I was gonna let you read. If it was Dark Disciple or
I don't remember.
the one about Padme.
I want to say the
Queen's-
one about Padme, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Queen's. Fuck, I can't remember the name of the book.
Although
I
Dark Disciple does sound familiar. Yeah, and those were the 2 you were. I think it was Dark Disciple actually. I think it was.
that
But
is
no, I
such a
ended
good
up not
book.
bringing it back because I thought it was going to go back down there pretty much right away. It just didn't happen. Damn it.
Yeah.
Just take care of my Christmas mugs for me.
Oh, I am. I'm drinking out of them.
They're amazing, aren't they? They're great mugs. They're
That's
fantastic
Chester.
mugs.
He sees me. The only mugs that I really use are the Christmas mugs and my Steven Crowder mug.
Yeah, because they're nice and big. They're nice and big, and they're ruby.
They
You can
are.
put a bunch of shit in there. They're great. One
They're-
of them's got a reindeer on them. I
I don't know what you're talking about. Those mugs are tiny.
well, to Jester, they're tiny mugs.
Jester, yeah.
Expanding universe. Hey, Cambrian.
Yo, what's up, Cambrian?
Cambrian, we're just chilling tonight.
And
Oh, yeah.
hello to the 6 of you watching on Rumble.
Whoa. Hello, Rumble. Excuse me.
Welcome to the live stream.
What a way to say hello to
Better
Rumble.
out than in. This is what I always say.
Yeah, I'll just play it again in case you missed it the first time.
I'm James Earl Jones, and you're watching The Fact Tube.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some Hodge twins in there. Yeah.
I like those guys.
I can't get as low as they do.
Oh, we got a
surprising.
good
You
show
can with
for
a voice
y'all
changer.
today.
Well, you could. I don't have a voice changer there, Daryl. But you could do it.
You can download it. It's free.
If you met me, I downloaded it, and what the hell would I do with it? I don't know how to install that kind of stuff.
Yeah, somehow Avalon 19 would infect it.
Come on, let's be real.
And then yours would break, Daryl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up, Chester. Shut up.
What?
Don't give it any ideas. Avalon
With a
19
fish.
is sentient. It listens and knows things. It's just,
Mhm.
I am convinced it will be responsible for Skynet.
I am too. More than ever.
And Skynet was born.
I apologize in advance, y'all.
It was the Avalon 19. It took over. Damn
And
near
it's the wildest
everything.
thing anybody ever seen. Oh, that gave me a headache. Oh.
It's Skynet. It's over. No. God.
No, if Avalon 19 created Skynet, it'd be like pop up on the screen. Hey y'all, Skynet, time to die.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Humans are inferior. Sorry, y'all.
It's just a catalyst, you know. It's just,
Give me your gold and you might live.
Is that why they're pushing the golden shit on TV now? Preparing for the
Maybe.
Avalon 19.
Maybe. See, it's all starting to track. It's all fitting.
Oh, it hurts.
God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that AI stuff is pretty scary. I'll say.
It is.
Yeah, it is. And it's not because it's actually artificial intelligence. It's somebody has to program it, right? So who
Yeah.
are the people that are programming it?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not down with that. I'm sorry. It's too damn creepy. I've seen too many robot movies where things could go bad.
I would tell y'all one thing. You know what? I'm gonna mute real quick because I've got to find it. I've never fucking laughed so hard in my life.
Okay.
Give me just a minute.
I think the latest robot movie I saw was Megan.
You left your mic on.
God, Carol, poor Arlena.
Glad everything came out okay.
That shit was creepy. That shit was creepy. Or stuff with the light of the flesh. That stuff was creepy. God.
Phrasing.
Is that what you call it? Fluff and stuff?
Stop.
I'm gonna go to the ER.
I ain't saying nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Notes. Oh.
Schultzy.
Mark. What's up, buddy?
Mark. Oh God, what did he say? It's not have to pee, Mark. It's have to powder room. Get it right. Get lost. Get lost coming back for the bathroom. Come on now. This is my house.
But you have done it.
Well, I've gotten distracted.
Same difference.
Mark.
I'm so lightheaded.
Jeez.
Thank you, Mark. That was good.
No, it wasn't. Don't laugh and encourage you.
Oh, I have to.
We love you, Mark. We love you. Oh my God. Can't.
We're sitting here laughing, and Arwen's like, "You mother."
I am. It's like yesterday on Stevens. He's talking about these stairs in the house, and Arlena puts in chat. And I made a comment. That's right. I made a comment. Because it was creepy, y'all. Those stairs were creepy. Let's get it in context. Those stairs were freaking creepy. And the only stairs I have are the front porch ones. I don't have stairs in my home. It's a 1-story. And I said, I'm so glad I don't have stairs in my house, thinking, because they're creepy. And Arlena is like, it's too hard because if you had them, you'd fall up them. Well, Steven saw that and lost his shit. And he's like, I was thinking the same thing, Arlena. And he starts giggling, Steven giggling for about, 3 minutes, is totally distracted from the game. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I like that y'all know that shit about me. And he's like, well, you said it live on VacTube, Arwen. And I'm like, yeah, I know I talk too much. I share too much.
Now,
How good
hey,
at work,
Mark.
Take it easy,
Oh,
Mark.
you missed what he said.
Oh, jeez. Yes, we saw it. Scroll on. Scroll.
Mark. Oh my gosh. Okay, now,
Chester, stop.
Oh my God, that's great.
Y'all can all kiss my ass. Avalon 19 will be like, kiss my ass too.
Right? Oh my God. Hey, Mac.
Hey guys.
Yo, Mac.
So,
Hey,
Daryl,
guys.
we shouldn't get in trouble for sharing this. This is the funniest shit I have ever seen. And of course, we'll stop it a couple of times along the way so we can fucking laugh our asses off. But Daryl, share the screen. I think that makes it bigger. Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is Chat GBT, they had sent something into Chat GBT and asked the audience to ask Chat GBT questions. Y'all know Chat GBT, the AI.
Mhm.
Oh no.
And this is I shared this with Jester already. This shit is fucking hilarious. This is one of them, and let me know if y'all make sure y'all can hear it.
I see. No, it's
Can
muted.
y'all can't hear it?
It's muted.
Nope.
Shit. Hold on.
You forgot to share audio.
Share
didn't you?
tab audio.
No,
yeah.
I shared audio and hold on. Let me do this again.
I was like, I see Gavin Newsom, so I'm assuming I'm involved in this.
No, not this part. Not this part.
Okay.
No, not this part. Hold on. Present.
He's doing an absolute bang up job right here.
Right, Mark?
I can't even count that damn high. However many percent he says it's true. God.
To argue it, man. What do you mean argue about? What do you mean? Oh, not sharing the audio. Hey, everybody in the chat.
Hey, Mac, we got a new sponsor.
I'm James Earl Jones, and you're watching The VacTube.
Okay, let me know when you got it up, Daryl.
Okay, no.
I'm not touching it.
You know what
I ain't either.
I was like, maybe you can get I was gonna say, if you get one, maybe you can get Lawrence Fishburne to sponsor you as well.
Okay, y'all let me know if you can hear it now.
Definitive.
Yes.
Something
Yep.
Okay, cool.
You can hear it loud and
definitive,
clear.
like, hey, Christianity. It's like, I don't know, but Christianity sucks. But something that would be, require some degree of editorializing.
Right.
It did it. I'm reading it. It really did do it.
This
He actually
is the
didn't do a
reply.
bad job. All right.
Yeah.
I should just have ChatGPT write our stuff.
Humpty Dumpty.
This is ChatGPT, and I'll read it as Trump. It said, okay, this is a Donald Trump version of Humpty Dumpty. I don't know.
God.
So someone wrote in and said, "Tell me a detailed version of the story Humpty Dumpty and the speaking style of Donald J. Trump." And this is what ChatGPT answered with. Y'all, I'm telling you what. Okay.
I don't know why someone would ask this. All right. It says, okay, listen up, folks, because I'm going to tell you the best story you've ever heard.
It's spot on.
It is about a big, beautiful
spot
egg
on.
named Humpty Dumpty. And let me tell you, he was a fantastic egg, just fantastic. The best egg you've ever given me. Now, Humpty Dumpty
Oh my gosh.
was sitting up on a wall, a big wall, a big, tall wall, the best wall. Having a great
best
time,
wall.
really enjoying himself, folks. But then something terrible happened. He had a great fall. It was a tremendous fall. Really, really big fall. Huge fall.
This is actually ChatGPT. It wrote this shit.
He ain't playing, y'all.
ChatGPT, okay? So Humpty Dumpty falls off this wall and smash into a million pieces. It was a disaster, folks. A disaster. And everyone was trying to put him back together again, but it was no use. He was too broken. Sad. You know what, folks? This is ChatGPT. You know what, folks? This story isn't all bad news. Because even though Humpty Dumpty couldn't be put back together again, he still became famous. That's right. He is still remembered to this day. And that just goes to show you, even if you have a great fall, you can still make something of yourself, just like I did, folks. I always got back up. This is a long check. And look where I am now, President of the United States.
Oh, there it is. ChatGPT just admitted that Donald Trump is still president.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'm famous. After a big fall, anything is possible, folks. Anything.
Unbelievable. That is
Oh my God.
brilliant.
That's
Okay,
not
okay.
the best
Since we're
shit
gonna go into-
ever.
Since we're going to go into
God.
Chat
That is
GPT.
scary.
It is
Since we're going to go into Chat GPT and regarding to in regards to kind of the whole rewriting stuff like that, I got something that I think Daryl and at least Arlene are gonna really like, and possibly Tim. So let me go ahead and share this. So if you guys are familiar with Pirates and Princesses, that's that's
Yeah.
Neon Geeky and
We
Office
are.
TV. They did a
Yep.
video last week about what if Chat GPT to write the sequel trilogy, and I'm gonna we're gonna read it word for word here. So let me see if I can find it. Okay, so we asked Chat GPT what Star Wars 7, 8, and 9 looked like with George Lucas at the helm and not owned by Disney Lucasfilm. And the answers were kind of fun and seemed to gel with Lucas's storytelling style. The AI chose to focus on characters named Kira and Sam. These names have popped up before as placeholders for characters who would eventually become Rey and Finn. While it's impossible to know exactly what they would have become of Star Wars without Disney's involvement, the theoretical movie trilogy outline is a pretty interesting read. Some would argue that the story is more cohesive than the Disney trilogy that they gave us, but here's what the AI had to say below. So here we go. Hello. Let's pretend that Disney did not create any more Star Wars movies after Return of the Jedi. Could you speculate what George Lucas would have written for episodes 7, 8, and 9 and summarize in each hypothetical film in one paragraph? Okay, so this is what ChatGPT wrote, and let's see how this be interesting. Sure, I can speculate based on what we know about George Lucas' ideas and the direction he was heading before selling Lucasfilm Disney in 2012. According to interviews and statements from Lucas, his original plan for Star Wars sequel trilogy involved a focus on the midichlorians and the science behind the Force, as well as exploring the origins of the Jedi Order and the Sith. He also indicated that the trilogy would have focused on the new characters rather than the original trilogy cast and would have taken place many years after Return of the Jedi. With that in mind, here's my speculation on the hypothetical episodes 7, 8, and 9, what might have looked like. And here's what we got. So the first one, episode 7, would have been called The Force Unleashed. Set several decades after Return of the Jedi, episode 7 would introduce a new group of heroes, including a young Jedi named Kira and a former stormtrooper named Sam. Together, they embark on a quest to discover the origins of the Force and unravel a plot by a mysterious new villain who seeks to manipulate the midichlorians to gain ultimate power. Okay. So this would be episode 8, Rise of the Sith. In the second installment, Kira and Sam continue their journey as they're joined by a new ally, a wise old Jedi named Ben. They discover the ancient Sith homeworld and encounter a group of rogue Sith who have been hiding for centuries. Kira must confront her own inner darkness and temptations as she battles to prevent the Sith from rising again and destroying the galaxy. So that would be episode 7. Now, episode 8. Episode 9 is Balance of the Force. In the final chapter, Kira, Sam, and Ben unite with a coalition of rebels and former Imperials to launch a final assault on the Sith stronghold. In a climactic battle, Kira faces off against the main villain, who is revealed to be a powerful Force user who seeks to achieve the ultimate balance in the galaxy by wiping out all life. Kira must use all of her training and power of the Force to defeat the villain and restore balance to the galaxy. Of course, this is all just speculation and impossible to know what George Lucas would have written if he had continued the franchise, but based on his past statements and themes he explored in the prequel trilogy, it seems like a plausible direction for the hypothetical sequel trilogy. And then they asked, could you give us some memorable lines from hypothetical Star Wars films? He says, sure, I can give it a shot. Here are some memorable lines of dialogue that might have appeared in the hypothetical Star Wars sequels that I outlined earlier. So this is for episode 7, The Force Unleashed. Kira says, the Force is more than just a power. It's a connection to everything. And that means we have a responsibility to protect it. And there's another quote from Sam says, I used to think I was just a number, but now I can be something more. I can be a hero. And this would be Rise of the Sith. Here's some good quotes. Ben says, the Sith believe that strength comes from the power to dominate others, but true strength comes from the power to lift others up. Another quote would be from Kira, would say, the dark side may be tempting, but it only leads to destruction. The light side may be difficult, but it leads to something greater, balance. And then here's right here, episode 9, Balance of the Force. The hypothetical villain would be, balance is not about light and dark. It's about destroying everything that stands in the way of true harmony. A quote from Kira would say, the Force flows through all things. Even in the darkest places, there's still hope. And one quote from Sam is that we may have not chosen this fight, but we will finish it for the sake of the galaxy.
Oh, God.
And there's more. There's more.
Yes.
So, do older versions of Han, Luke, and Leia appear in this hypothetical trilogy? If so, can you describe the scene and what some of the dialogue might have been like? In this hypothetical trilogy, George Lucas indicated that he would have focused on new characters rather than the original trilogy cast. However, older versions of Han, Luke, and Leia were to appear together. Here's one possible scenario. In episode 8, Rise of the Sith, the heroes might seek out Luke Skywalker, who's been self-imposed exile for years. Upon reaching his scheduled hideaway, they discover that he is not alone. Han Solo, Leia, and Organa are there with him, and they have been working with Luke to uncover the secrets of the Force and the Sith. The scene might start with a tense silence, as the heroes and the older trio stare at each other, assessing the situation. Then Han Solo might break the silence. Well, look who's finally decided to join the party. Don't be rude, Han. They came a long way to see us. Welcome, my friends. I'm glad you're here. We could use all the help we can get. The heroes might be in awe of meeting the legendary trio, and there could be a moment of nostalgia as the older characters reflect on their past adventures together. However, there also might be a sense of urgency as they realize that the new threat posed by the Sith requires. Here we go. New threat. I just lost my. Requires all their combined knowledge and skill. Leia.
Sorry, Mac. I've got to say at this point,
mm-hmm.
You were just reading that gave me chills.
Oh,
that is
hell yeah!
So much better than anything we got out of Disney.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to say, me reading that gave y'all chills. Okay.
Yeah. If we had got something like that, that
It
would have been
makes
absolutely
sense.
amazing.
Yeah.
So let's continue. Leia says, "It's good to see you again, Luke, but we can't just sit around reminiscing. The galaxy needs us now more than ever." Han says, "She's right. We got a new enemy to take down. It's not going to be easy." "I know, but we have something that they don't. The power of the Force and the bond between us." There might be a moment of solemn silence as older characters pass on their wisdom to the new heroes, and then the group might set out on their mission together. The scene would be a powerful nod to the original trilogy and would also set up new characters for their own adventures and battles.
Mm-hmm.
And who hypothetically, these Star Wars movies, based on the character descriptions and the actors, were available at the time. Assuming that these were hypothetical sequels and made immediately after Return of the Jedi, Lucas had full creative control. Here are my speculations of who might have starred in these films. For The Force Unleashed, the role of Kira, a young Jedi who is the main protagonist in the film, Lucas might have cast an unknown actor, as he did with Mark Hamill in the original Star Wars films, for the role of Sam, a former stormtrooper turned hero. Lucas might have considered actors like Matthew Broderick or Rob Lowe, who were popular in the 80s and had that youthful energy and charisma to carry on an action-adventure film. In Episode 8, Rise of the Sith, the role of Ben would be the wise old Jedi who joins Kira and Sam on their quest. Lucas might have looked to veteran actors like Christopher Lee or Max von Sydow, who had experience playing wise mentors in fantasy films, for the role of the main Sith villain. Lucas might have considered actors like Tim Curry and Malcolm McDowell, who had a history of playing charismatic and menacing villains. For Episode 9, The Balance of the Force, assuming that the same actors for their return for their roles, Kira and Sam would have been played by the same actors as 7, with a possible addition of a young up-and-coming actor for a new character. For the role of the main villain, Lucas might have looked to actors like Anthony Hopkins or Alan Rickman, who were known for their ability to bring gravitas to complex villainous roles.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is all just speculation based on the characters and themes that Lucas had envisioned for the original sequel trilogy. It's impossible to know for sure who he would have cast, but he would have gone with his plans. And then, I don't know if you want me to continue this, because this goes into hypothetical aliens, planets, and characters that we might have seen. Let me know if that's something you guys want me to continue reading, or you want me to stop.
God, that sounds so much better. So much.
It
Makes them.
This is something that Neon Geeky asked ChatGPT to do, and then here we go. This will be interesting. So they asked him about rewriting The Last Jedi. Now, what if we didn't want to throw Disney's sequel trilogy out entirely? What if the AI had to rewrite The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker to be less polarizing and more fan-pleasing, with the goal of toppling Avengers Endgame at the box office? The results are pretty interesting. Okay, The Last Jedi was a polarizing Star Wars film. Continuing with the plot threads introduced in The Force Awakens, can you rewrite a hypothetical Episode 8 so it's fan-pleasing, could potentially make more money at the box office than Force Awakens did? Certainly. Here's one possible rewrite of Episode 8 that might have been more fan-pleasing and successful at the box office. And it would have been called Rise of the New Republic. The movie picks up immediately after the events of Force Awakens. Rey has found Luke hidden on the planet of Octo and Octu and is trying to convince him to return to the fight against the First Order. Meanwhile, Finn has been rescued from the brink of death by the New Republic, who are preparing a major assault on the First Order. The movie focuses on the battle between the New Republic and the First Order, with Rey and Finn leading the charge alongside new allies. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren struggles with his internal conflict in the light and dark side, while Supreme Leader Snoke seeks to turn him fully to the dark side. The movie would have still featured Luke, but he would have played a more active role in the story. He would not have been depicted as this grumpy and disillusioned old hermit, but rather as a wise and powerful Jedi Master who has been training a new generation of Jedi on Octu. When the First Order attacks the New Republic, Luke and his students join battle with Luke, unleashing his full power and skill against the enemy. Another change would be the focus more on the original trilogy characters. Leia would play a more prominent role in the story, leading to the New Republic's forces and providing guidance and support to the heroes. Han Solo would also be alive and well. He would also be reunited with Chewbacca and his old friends. His reunion with Leia would be a touching moment, and his sacrifice in the final battle against the First Order would be an emotional moment for the fans. Finally, the movie would feature more action and space battles, with heroes fighting against the First Order in epic sequences that rival classic battles of the original trilogy. There would still be room for character development and emotional moments, but the movie would prioritize thrilling action and adventure. Overall, this hypothetical version of Episode 8 would aim to provide more fan service and satisfy the expectations of audience who wanted a more traditional Star Wars experience. While focusing on action, adventure, beloved characters would have made a chance of surpassing the box office success of The Force Awakens. And this goes into hypothetical. This goes into hypothetical movie dialogue. That's something you guys want me to read, because this is a lot.
This sounds so much. Oh my god!
Yeah, they asked ChatGPT to come up with, basically not only come up with how they would have done the sequel trilogy, but how The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker would have been rewritten. So let's just read the last one. Continuing this plot of hypothetical Episode 8, could you all generate a hypothetical Episode 9? Again, more fan pleasing, less polarization, with goals surpassing Endgame in box office total. So here's what he would have put in. The movie begins with the New Republic and the First Order still locked in battle, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The heroes have determined to end the conflict once and for all, but they know defeating the First Order would require a bold and daring plan. As the heroes regroup and plan their next move, they receive a message from an unexpected source, Lando Calrissian. He had discovered a secret weapon that could turn the tide of war, and he helps them retrieve it. The heroes embark on a perilous journey across the galaxy to face off dangerous foes and obstacles along the way. They encounter new allies, old enemies, and discover the true nature of the Force and its role in the fate of the galaxy. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke are locked in a power struggle, with Kylo struggling to maintain his control over the First Order and Snoke seeking to use him as a path to his own schemes. As the conflict comes to a head, Kylo must confront the darkness within him and choose his path once and for all. The movie will feature epic space battles, lightsaber duels, and thrilling action sequences, all building up to a final showdown between heroes and the villains. The fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance, and the only strength of their bond and power, the Force, can help save them. To make the film more fan-pleasing, the movie would feature appearances from classic characters such as Wedge Antilles, Admiral Akbar, and Lando, as well as fan favorites like Wookiees and Ewoks. There would also be plenty of humor and heart, as well as callbacks to classic Star Wars moments and themes. To surpass the box office of Endgame, it would have to have a strong marketing campaign and generate buzz and excitement among fans. It would also need to be a satisfying conclusion to the entire saga, tying up loose ends and deliver a more satisfying payoff to characters that the audience have come to love. Would Palpatine somehow return in this hypothetical movie? It's possible, but not necessary. Palpatine's return in Rise of Skywalker was a controversial plot twist, and some fans felt that it undermined established story and characters. Hypothetical Episode 9 aimed at more fan-pleasing and less polarizing, so it might be better to avoid bringing back Palpatine. Exactly. Instead, the movie could focus on the conflict between heroes and villains in the First Order, with Kylo as a primary antagonist. Kylo's struggle with the light and dark sides of the Force may be a major plot point throughout the entire trilogy, and having him as the final villain would provide a satisfying conclusion to his arc. That being said, if Palpatine were to make an appearance, it would need to be done in a way that makes sense within the established story and it doesn't feel like a forced plot twist. the key to making it work would be providing a clear explanation of how he has survived his apparent death and how he returns to the current conflict. If done well, it can provide an exciting twist for fans. So where was the AI when they were brainstorming? Yeah. So where was the AI when they were brainstorming plans for the sequel trilogy? Like, this is Neon and Geeky.
Right?
They did a hypothetical thing, and from what the kind of the Chat GPT, like what they put together for the hypothetical sequel trilogy with Force Unleashed, Rise of Sith, and Battle of the Force, I would have watched that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
that would have been just.
I mean, just having the holy trinity together.
Exactly.
You know, that's what everyone wanted. And even Chat GPT knows that.
Yeah.
And done in a way where they're still badass, but they're prepared to pass that torch.
Yeah.
Because they know we need more people. It's not just about the three of us. We need more people. But we've got the experience and the skills, and oh my God, that would have been so good.
And the way they would have brought the new characters in is absolute perfection.
Yes.
It would be absolute perfection.
But you gotta ask yourself. We say that's so good and sounds so good,
but would it be
knowing what the sequel trilogy is?
Execution, though.
Would we still have the same feeling had the sequel trilogy not existed?
Probably. I would say for me, if this was what we got, I would have guaranteed said it would not hit the same feeling for me as watching the original trilogy, but it would come close. It'll be like, you know what? It's pretty damn close. It's not there. You don't hit that moments with me, but as a follow-up, as a continuation, this is damn good.
I mean, it sounds like a Star Wars story. So for me,
and it probably would have made a lot more money.
I was excited when I heard that they were going to do, a sequel, because I'm like, oh, okay, what happened after the last film? Where did they go? What did they do? I was excited about it. And then when I saw what we got, I'm like, that's the best.
It pisses you off even
y'all
more.
Could do.
Yeah, well, it pisses someone like me and probably Daryl and Jester and likely Tim. I don't know Tim if he ever read the books, but when you go from what's the name of them, y'all? I done forgot. The Thrawn books, Heir to the Empire, all of those. When you get that trilogy, that's supposed to take place after Return of the Jedi, and then this is what they gave us. It's more than just a little disappointment.
More than a little, I meant.
Yeah,
Hey, Maria.
Thought I'd share that since we're talking about Chat GPT and the whole writer strike thing, and I was like, they just showed that basically a freaking AI was able to conduct a better sequel trilogy than whatever the fuck that we got there.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, there's a little bit of the Colin Trevorrow in there actually making Kylo Ren a villain.
Yeah.
100%. Like probably what because of I think what it was with Duel, if I'm correct, with what his plan for Duel of the Fates was basically like, listen, what happened in The Last Jedi set in stone, let's just make the best with it. That's what they did with Duel of Fates, and I think that would have been. It wouldn't have been completely. It wouldn't have completely redeemed it, but it would have been somewhat redeeming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as convoluted and confusing.
Yeah.
It's half the time watching Rise of Skywalker, I was like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
That's why I've watched it twice, because the first time I watched it, I was like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? And then I watched it again, not in theaters, but I watched it a second time because I was like, maybe I missed something. But I watched it a second time. I'm like, no, I didn't miss anything, and it still doesn't fucking make any sense. It's stupid.
Nah, for me, Arlena, it was like when I saw Force Awakens, it was like I just didn't really feel anything. I didn't really feel anything. It didn't hit me. Nothing. It wasn't. There was nothing there.
Yeah,
it was nothing bad, but it was just nothing that just like wow.
It didn't hit those chords.
It didn't.
No.
The
'Cause that
only
is
thing for me, the only thing that really did hit the chords was the music. But it's
Right.
John
yeah.
Williams, so
Right, and then when
You
you
know
get
he's
to
going
the
to knock it out
Last
the park.
Jedi, and what
yeah.
happened with me was I was watching a review of the Last Jedi before I saw the film, and I admit that kind of spoiled it. And I was like, "There's no way, there's no way that's not true. I'm going to go into this, and then hopefully it turns everything around." I was like, "Nope, everything that person said was like beat for beat,
Mhm.
exactly what happened," and that really did sour me. And what more, I should probably should explain that it was more than just the Last Jedi that soured me. It was how Lucasfilm treated the fans. It was how Lucasfilm treated
Yeah.
everyone that destroyed it completely.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
and I watched it. I watched the Last Jedi a second time, and it just pissed me off more. It just angered me more and more, because it angered me to the point where it angered me to the point where I look back at Force Awakens and I hate that film with a passion. it's it's like it makes everything worse, and I refuse to watch Solo. I refuse to watch Rise of Skywalker. I refuse to watch anything Star Wars related, because that's how bad Last Jedi
Mhm.
scarred me. That's how
Well,
bad it was.
and
I gave up completely.
for
Yeah.
me, that was Kenobi. I
Mhm.
after I
Yeah.
watched Kenobi, it truly broke my heart, and I'm done with anything Disney Star Wars. I have not watched anything Disney Star Wars since Kenobi.
Yeah, before we went into Kenobi, Arlena told me, she was like, I love this character. I want this to be good. I want to see Star Wars in it. And if I don't, it's going to kill me. I mean,
Right.
she was very upfront. She's like, I will be done with new Star Wars if
Yeah.
Kenobi is not what it should be. Because we
Was
watched
it
it together and reviewed it.
Yeah.
let me
And
ask you
she's
two
like,
this. Was it
eh.
generally how it focused heavily on Reva and young Leia's character, and how it kind of retconned everything that was
It,
like set between episode 3 and 4? Because
it
that's what it seemed
was
like it did.
yeah, it was just a culmination of things for me. It was that it kind of disregarded everything that came before.
Hmm.
Mhm.
When you think about Leia and Kenobi meeting,
Hmm.
uh, it would have now had they tweaked a few things at the end, because we know that he could have eliminated the memories of himself from Leia. And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Um, there was just stuff that in it that didn't make sense. But for me, the biggest thing that got me was when the last time Kenobi and Vader fought, and Kenobi says before he goes, again, he says, I'll do what I must, even if it means killing him, basically. And then they fight, and he just fucking walks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think and I assume that was like one of the
So
problems a lot of
he
people had was
contradicted his own words.
right. It was
Okay,
like
really and truly, in my opinion, where it should have ended was when Vader buried Kenobi under the rubble. Vader should have walked away, got on his TIE fighter, and left. And
mhm,
then we see Kenobi come out and say, "Oh, I was unsuccessful." That would have been better, because that would have been a reason why Kenobi
right.
didn't kill Vader.
Mhm.
Right, and
Mhm.
you could have, and I think you could have done something like that without them actually having to fight again, because
I,
that was the
Yeah,
biggest issue. Was that no, they're not supposed to fight it. They're not supposed to meet
I
again
didn't.
until episode 4.
I
This,
didn't really have an issue with them fighting
mhm,
again, as much as I had an issue with "I'll do what I must," and then he just walks away. That
right.
was my biggest thing.
I
And I
think
yeah.
think the whole thing with Reva, she was an unnecessary character that didn't need to be there.
and
Uh yeah, she was unnecessary, that whole arc. They should have used Luke more instead of
right.
bringing Leia in. It would have made more sense.
I know that another thing that was big off-putting was that the reason Luke still lives in the run up to episode 4 was because Reva let him live.
Yeah, which
That
doesn't make
sounds incredibly off-putting to me. That just sounds like a
yeah.
giant FU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but the relationship that Leia and Kenobi formed during that show, the bond and everything that they'd been through, would not have had her say, "You served my father in the Clone Wars." Bullshit. She would have been
Yeah.
like, with
She
what
would have
you
been
and I
like,
went
Wait, what
through.
the fuck are you?
you helped
Yes,
save
I
Right.
need
me
you.
when
You
I
s-
was young. You're my only
Yes,
hope.
I know
Yeah.
you. I trust you. You are my only hope. None of this. You served my father in the Clone Wars. No.
Yeah. It completely undoes that.
And
It
imagine how
made
much
no
more
sense.
powerful if Vader had buried Kenobi, like you said, Arlena, and he couldn't get out, and Vader left, in his arrogance and his power and his I finally
Thinking
defeated
he
my
defeated
master,
Kenobi. Yeah.
and he left, and then Kenobi got out and won. Yep, he couldn't fulfill it at that moment. But then when you see in that first film, in A New Hope, and you see Vader's like, you see him sensing Kenobi. It's like
Mhm.
something he hasn't sensed in a long, long time. And then that
Yeah.
final battle, and when Kenobi, turns off his saber
Mhm.
and Vader strikes him down, it's because Kenobi knows something now. He is a completely
Yeah.
fulfilled Jedi. He knows he'll be able to usher in Luke again, usher in, the up and coming to finish the job.
Yeah.
And then he redeemed, the whole redemption of Anakin, and it all comes full circle.
It does. It
But
does.
they didn't know. They thought they knew better. And the thing
No.
that made Star Wars so amazing, those original films, is because it wasn't just a good story, because you can have a good story. It wasn't just a good story with good music. You can have that too. It was the entire mood and world that they created, and they treated the fans like, here is a really awesome thing for you. Here you go. It's for all ages. Anyone can enjoy it. It's a coming of age story. It is a space opera. It ticked all the boxes. And if you're not going to tick all those boxes, you got no business making Star Wars sequels, because you've got really big shoes to fill.
And in my opinion, I said this before Kenobi ever came. When I think they were still writing it. I previously said, and I stick to what I say. They should have made it, because anyone that's watched the Clone Wars knows that at the end of season 6, it was cut short, but at the end of season 6, the very last arc is Qui-Gon Jinn teaching or leading Yoda so that Yoda can learn how to become one with the Force.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, he tells Kenobi, "I've spoken with your former master, and I have something for you to learn." So what they should have done in this is, oh shit, Kenobi is learning how to become one with the Force. He's in exile. I mean, that wasn't in the Clone Wars. I'm sorry. That was in the movie. But regardless, we see Yoda go through his training and stuff, and then he eventually tells Kenobi, "I have training for you." And then we see Kenobi doing this training. And everybody's all up in arms in Star Wars fans, because they're like, "No, Kenobi never leaves Tatooine. He never leaves Tatooine." Well, at some point he did, because he had to go learn how to become one with the Force. So we know that because he became one with the Force after he got killed.
And
in
he knew
A
he
New
was
Hope.
going to do it. It wasn't like it was an accident.
Exactly.
He let Vader strike him down because he knew, I'll become more powerful than you will ever imagine. He knew damn what he was doing.
He already knew. He already knew if he got struck down, he was going to become one with the Force.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knew it. So I think the show should have concentrated, again, just my opinion, and it could have been still, you could have involved Luke and some of the overlay themes that they had established Yeah, Obi-Wan is off doing his training with the Wills
Hmm.
to become one with the Force, and he senses something going on Tatooine, and he has to leave his training to go back and help Luke.
Yeah.
Right.
Something to that effect. It just would have made more sense, and it wouldn't have interrupted anything that's already established.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, now I do want to ask you all this. Like, I mean, how do you guys feel about, stuff that's coming out, such as like Leslie Headland's The Acolyte, possibly, being this, queer coded and campy, but doing more damage to something that is like, the old Republic era, since it's set like 1,000 years before.
I won't watch it. I'm not. I
Right.
have no interest in watching anything that pedo supporter does.
Gotcha.
Savage.
That's how
No,
you really feel about it.
I was like initially interested because it was like going to be like the Sith led show. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but
Right.
it's alarming because these sounds like they're activists and they're not like
Mm-hmm.
caring about the story, and
Right.
Yeah.
that's why I'm kind of worried about it. And as like a YouTuber, unfortunately, I'll probably cover it, but like, and I'll
Content's
be
content.
honest. But the thing is,
Mhm.
though, none of the stuff has like confirmed, like concise dates. So,
No.
we don't know if this stuff's going to happen. Obviously, they announced the Ray Bay movie, but they don't have announced exact date for that. Dawn of the Jedi to me is the most interesting, or sounds the most interesting, but no announced date on just on any of this. And now after seeing Mando, I'm worried about like Ahsoka, but then
Oh,
again,
so am
that's
I.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
because because of how they how they name drop Heir to the Empire is like, okay, so they're
Yeah.
going full steam ahead in the Thrawn trilogy, but it's going to be very convoluted as they're trying to tie that into what's going on in that story.
I was excited
Mhm.
for Ahsoka as Arlena was for Kenobi. And
Mhm.
after I saw what they did with Boba Fett, Kenobi, and so far Mando 3, I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't even know if I should bother.
Mm-hmm. And that's something I'm on the fence about. I kind of do want to watch Ahsoka because she's a character. Y'all know how I feel about Clone Wars. I fucking love
Yes.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I fucking love Clone Wars. And her character development through Clone Wars is
Oh,
one of the best examples of how you do character development properly. Because
yes.
when she first appears, you fucking hate her. She's a
Oh
little
yeah, she was
brat.
hated. She was
You
annoying.
want
She
to
was
wring her neck.
Mhm.
And then she grows and develops, and now she is one of the most beloved characters in
She
Star
is
Wars.
fully realized.
Right.
She's a
Yes.
fully realized character.
And you do wonder if that's all going to be underutilized, or that's all going to be undermined. What they plan is like all
Yeah.
those years of like Clone Wars episodes, all that going to get undermined.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to
Yes.
see some flashbacks, like some of the Clone War scenes, maybe between her and Anakin, like realized in flesh in that show. But I doubt they would do that.
And I'm in the camp in that I know Ahsoka's a great character, but she should have been killed in Rebels. She should have not survived in Rebels, because I think that would have made much more sense, and it actually would have enhanced her character even more. But that's just me.
yeah.
But I
it's,
can see them leaving her alive too. Sorry, Tim.
I was just gonna say it. Just like she is a cool character, and it's nice seeing her live action. But that Rebel stuff was just like an afterthought, right? I feel like to put more like female Jedi in, but she's a cool character. But it's a little far fetched. They create the world between worlds just to kind of bring her back, and then they don't. It's just I have an
There's
issue
no
with
more
that.
utilization of the world between worlds. Yeah.
Yeah.
My biggest thing, Mac, when you were talking about the acolyte, my biggest thing is I fear that they're because they've kind of been doing it. They're going to
Right.
introduce some type of sexuality into Star Wars, like in those books. Star
Right.
Wars has never had sexuality. Yeah, you've had an attraction between Han and Leia and they kiss
Yeah.
and all this stuff, but in the overall art, you don't see any uh, real sexuality in Star Wars.
No.
No, it's
And I,
all
No.
implied. It's
it's
all
all
implied.
implied. Yeah.
Right.
It's all implied.
Um,
I was one of the few who I was the one who was sad to see when they killed off Aayla Secura in episode 3, but after kind of reacting
Yeah.
after learning the entire backstory, and I was like, that actually makes perfect sense.
I'd say you have more romance in Star Wars than
Mhm.
sexuality.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
more
That's
that
what it
high
is.
Yeah,
romance. And
Yeah.
and that can happen with, with any sexuality, that's fine, but it's not, don't make it about the sexuality.
Right, because
Make it about
it's
the
It wasn't.
romance.
It was
And that'd be
Disney
fine.
level romance. That was it. It was just
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
surface.
it was.
You want
At
to
most, you're going to see them kiss.
yeah,
Nobody
right. When
taking
you
off any clothes.
what most people want is the kind of romance, as you say, like you would see in something like Lord of the Rings or something that's very much in high fantasy, where it's not
Yes.
focused on sexuality, but it is implied, and there are interactions. It's not heavy the main focus, essentially.
Right.
Mhm.
It
It
doesn't need to
enhances
be
the story. It's
in
not
those
the
It
stories.
enhances the epic story unfolding.
Yeah. And I'm very fearful that
Mhm.
that's what the Acolyte is going to be all about. Just like several of these High Republic, they want to know why the High Republic has failed. It's because you're making everything sexualized, and Star
Mhm.
Wars is not that way.
No.
No.
And I have to run to the powder room, y'all. I'll be right back.
Star Wars originally was for all ages.
Yes.
And
It
it
was
should
family
have
entertainment.
maintained that. It should have
Mhm.
continued with that. I mean, yes, were there some themes that maybe
There was.
very young children you have to talk to their parents about? Maybe, but at the same time, you could still be really young and watch that, and all you're going to really get out of that is, ooh, look at the ships. Ooh, I want to be a Jedi. Ooh, I want to be a Sith. Ooh, yay, Luke. And that's okay.
But all family entertainment is that way.
exactly.
It's multi-level. There's always
Yes.
stuff that the parents
Right,
will
and-
get, but
and
the
for
kids
everyone.
will it'll just sail straight over their heads. They'll never
Right, and
notice
here's
it
the
at all.
thing. It was like, here's the thing. You look back at the prequel trilogy. I was like, yeah, clearly Lucas did have a bias towards the Bush administration and everything on there, but it was expertly crafted to where it wasn't the focus. It wasn't implemented. It was still focused on a story, despite the problems that I have with the prequel trilogy. It was never heavy-handed. It was never forced in there. It was able to take something. Lucas was able to take something and create a compelling story out
Yeah,
of
he
it,
was.
make it work within the world. Like
I
I will always praise episodes 1 and 2 for the world building. I will always praise it for the world building.
Mm-hmm.
It's the difference between inspired by and influenced by.
Right. Because the
those
political
things
side
inspired him. They gave him a reason to write. I don't like this. I'm going to focus into my writing.
Right, because the whole political intrigue that was going on, especially with the council, is really intriguing. It really is, and it gives you such a huge payoff, and it gives you such a big payoff when you get to Revenge of the Sith, and you see that how Anakin turned on Mace Windu and killed him and sent him off out the window. I was like, yeah, that makes it just makes everything that's built up to that intrigue. It makes it more intriguing. You see how the seeds were planted. That's
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Exactly.
that's how you do it. It's like,
I don't know. We'll
Hmm.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I will probably watch Ahsoka. I mean, shoot, I watched Picard and was pleasantly surprised.
hey, exactly.
I loved Mando 1 and 2. I
Mhm.
really did. I wanted to love Boba and I wanted to love Kenobi and Mando 3. I don't know what the hell happened, but okay, whatever. So
I think the issue. I think from what I heard, the issue with Man of 3 was that it seems as like all this was just to make Din Djarin. It's like it feels like everything that was kind of built up to it has become a race because Din Djarin is not the official character, and what they were saying is like Mandalorian could be anyone.
Mhm.
So that was like, yeah, given and it's clear that Bo-Katan is like would be taking over the reign as the new Mandalorian moving forward, and it just kind of undermines like the first 2 seasons and everything. I mean, not. I would say probably. I would say not in the way that we saw with The Last of Us 2, but yeah, kind of like that.
Well,
From what I'm
yeah,
hearing.
because you season 2 ended with such a banger,
Mhm.
and then what the last few episodes of Boba, or the last 3 or 2 before the last episode of Boba was pretty much Mandalorian 2.5.
Right.
And then here comes Mandalorian 3. And it's like, you're expecting something. You're ready for something. You're hyped up for something. And then you get sand dinosaurs. And y'all know I love me some dinosaurs, but I don't need it in my Star Wars. I've got it in
Right.
my Jurassic Park.
Right. And
You
if I remember,
know?
it was like I remember that because it was like the thing that united in like this huge divide, the thing that united every single fan was Luke's return in the season finale.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was excited about that. Everybody was hyped about that. It was like that, just like
That was
it was just-
amazing.
Mhm.
But
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I like Arlena. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it for Shield Maidens.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we'll
And
watch it.
real quick, hey Phil, hey Keely, and
Hey, Pops.
hey Pops.
Hey y'all.
Hey, hey.
hmm Yeah, we might do it for Shield Maidens. That sounds kind of good, and
Mhm.
I mean, that
have
would give us a
somebody join
reason
us.
to watch it. It'd give us
Yeah.
a
Right.
reason. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's kind of sad when you need a reason to watch something, but sometimes that's the catalyst. And who knows? Like
Yeah.
I said, I was pleasantly surprised with Picard. As
Right.
horrible as those first 2 seasons were.
Yeah, and I
Um,
can say I forced Arwen to watch it, being as she forced me to watch Rings of Amazon.
Ooh, wait till season 2, Arlena. We're gonna have fun.
Oh no, we're not.
Jester. Yeah, because she's gonna make you watch it with her.
I'd have been watching it anyway, but
Would you? Okay.
I guess it's for the same reason as I watched all of season 1, just to see how badly they fuck it up for myself.
You know what? I will always say is like, you looked at the whole Star Wars fandom that was so incredibly divided, but you can't say the same for Tolkien, because that entire fandom was universally against
Oh yeah.
Rings
yeah.
of Power years before he was even released.
Mhm.
And
You're
the
already
reason
against
the
it.
reason why I can laugh about Rings of Power and not get too butthurt over it,
Mhm.
and don't get me wrong, I'm offended on a cellular level that they've attached Tolkien's name to it, but I can still have a good sense of humor because it is so far removed from Tolkien.
Right.
It's
It's
so
not
hilarious.
Tolkien in any
It's
way,
not even
shape,
his
or form.
actual right. It's not even
No.
it's not even his actual writing. It's just,
So I can be in good spirits about how badly they did with it,
Mhm.
in a kind of a weird way. But I don't know. With Star Wars, it's a little different because they are continuing the story, saying this is real. This is Lucasfilm Star Wars. We
Mhm.
bought it. It's ours now. This is what we're giving you. It would be like if the Tolkien estate, like if somebody bought the Tolkien estate, all rights to all of his work, and then retconned majority of the story, and then introduced you these crappy characters, and then said, okay, this is Tolkien now. Yeah, I would take issue with that, and I would be pissed
Mhm.
to the nth degree with that.
No, and Chris Persia. No, no,
It was a good.
that
It
was
was kind of a good.
that
It was kind of
wow.
it was actually, you bring that up, Arwen, and that's like a good analogy to, like, you look at Super Mario Brothers, and you
Mhm.
look at how successful that was, and then you look at compared to what Disney is doing with Lucasfilm and Marvel, and it's like, why it's so polar opposites? Because Nintendo, for as bad as it is, for Nintendo, they are not angels at all, but
No.
they care. They do protect their IP, so much so where they will actually DMCA strike anybody who posts his actual video game OSTs of it. But they're very protective of their IP, and that does leave hope. And I was like, I'm just saying this. Think of how much of an epic it would be if they did a proper Legend of Zelda.
I
Think of how
hope.
insane it
Oh
would
my
be,
god!
because you look at it, you think about Legend of Zelda is basically Nintendo's Lord of the Rings. If you think about it,
It is. It's the fantasy of that, and that's that.
Well, I
It would
mean,
be
let's
insane.
say just say Mario Brothers, but Sonic. When they
Yeah.
first came out with Sonic, and the fans were like, that doesn't look like Sonic. What did
No,
they do? They went in and they fixed it to make
and
the
they sat
fans
and
happy.
an entire studio was sacrificed for that, but it was worth it.
I'm
It was
okay with
completely
that.
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put something out and you make a mistake and the fans are like, well, and see, that's the problem. That's the thing. Fans aren't trying to quote unquote use their terminology, gatekeep. No,
No.
motherfuckers, this is stuff we grew up on. This is stuff we embrace. This is stuff we
Mhm.
love. This is stuff we identify with. This is stuff that's gotten us through good times and bad times in our life.
Mhm.
You want us to do that because it makes you money. It makes
Yeah.
us
And
buy
it's
your
like you can
product.
be like,
At the end of the day, we just want it to be right.
Right.
We
and
want
it's
it
like
to
you
be
can
right. We want it to
do-
be good. Do what you want,
you
like
can do an entire
however you
Yeah.
want to do it.
like you can do an entire new take, you can do an entire new direction, and yet still honor and still yet make it feel like it's the original.
Of
Make it
course.
feel like you're honoring the original property. Sonic is from what I'm hearing, the Sonic movies, they do kind of take kind of different directions, especially with Mario, but they still honor it. They still have that as the blueprint. They still honor. They have the
Mhm.
original stuff they use as a blueprint to make sure they don't stay completely far off.
Yeah.
I mean, the second,
Yeah.
the reboot of Battlestar Galactica is a prime example of that. Not
Mhm.
everybody likes it, but I've not met anyone who likes it or not that can deny that they did not over and over and over and over and over that series pay deference and homage and honor to the original.
Oh, it's
You know, the same
dripping with
thing.
it in
You know,
every
it's
second of
Loaded
film.
with it.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same with it's the same thing with the prequel trilogy. There's a lot of hugely debatable moments about the prequel trilogy, but
Mhm.
never once did it stay afar. Never once did it not the prequel trilogy not do any damage to
Right.
the entire lore. It's just there are things that there are a lot of problems with, but they did set in stone, and Lucas still kept true to what this is all about and what it's supposed to lead up to.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
That's all we
real
want.
quick, hey JT Lovecraft, and Daryl is not feeling well, so he has bounced out.
hmm
And Chris Burgess says Sonic may not have been as financially successful as Mario, but it did understand what the fans wanted and they amended it. And it paved the way for a Nintendo cinematic universe.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah, very true.
yeah,
Mhm.
this is. I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of follow kind of that blueprint that they did with that you saw with the MCU, and that probably by like what 2028 2030 we'll actually have an actual Smash Brothers film, like an actual Smash
Ooh.
Brothers film
Mm.
that is on the level of the Avengers.
And not
That'd be
once did
epic.
I hear them say, "This ain't your Sonic. This isn't
Or
for
this
you."
is meant for a modern audience. It's like,
Right.
no, this is
No, they were like, okay, well, let's fall back and regroup, and they did, and you can honor and respect that.
Mhm.
And what
I'm
were you
like,
going to say,
that's fine.
Tim?
Just Super Smash Brothers. Count me in. I love that
Oh
game.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's a great game, isn't it?
it's gonna
Yeah.
Hmm.
talk about
Controversial
crossover
opinion,
the
not for me.
century.
I do not like Smash Brothers or any games like it. I know you can all feel free to hate me now. It's fine.
Oh, I'm starting
Oh
to
my
get back
God.
in fighting games, so I can't.
Oh my God.
I'm not hating you on that one. Just
Hey,
Yeah,
Chris,
fair enough. Fair enough. Love you too,
is
Max.
Daryl safe?
a-
Is he all right? It appears your Sugar and Spice Girls killed him. No! And see.
Don't worry, I'm keeping Arena separated. They will not activate tonight. We're safe.
No
Remember what happened last time?
hmm
I think we're still cleaning up. I think we're still cleaning up from that. From that thing, Jim. I think we're still.
I know I am, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
still cleaning up from the rubble of that fusion. Of that
Oh my
fusion
God.
dance they pulled off.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think the games kind of cater towards their fans because they're built on that? Like Star Wars didn't originate from games, so obviously they have
Yes,
their.
I would.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say
but-
yeah. I would say yeah. I would say that. I would say that would be a good reason, because it's that if you think about it, Tim, Mario to the Gen Z is their Mickey Mouse. they weren't around when they probably weren't even born at the dawn of, say, like Disney's golden age in animation in the 90s and such. So they probably weren't be familiar with Mickey, and they were probably more familiar with Mario as growing up. They probably grew up around the time of the Wii, the original Wii, the Wii U, the DS, and such like that. So that's how their exposure is. And because Nintendo they hit so, because they're so protective of that IP, of their IPs, and they always seem to hit it out of the park. They always seem to knock it out of the park when it comes to whenever there's a new game that comes out from a Nintendo IP, it's a big deal.
And everyone tells a standalone story as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, there is connected lore throughout all the Zelda games. I know there is.
Mm-hmm.
But each one of the Zelda games tells a unique standalone story on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Mario games. Same with every single one of Nintendo's IPs. Each one is a unique standalone story, and that means you can jump in at any point in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter, and you can follow it. You know what's going on.
Right.
You learn as the game teaches you. And
right. It's shit. It makes you wonder, how would they handle a live action Metroid film? And I'd be like, it would freaking blow the doors off. And I think it would blow the doors off of anything that we've seen in Hollywood in regards to having a strong female character. And I think it would, I would be confident, say it would go to the point where if they even reach to the point where they have to do a live action adaptation of Metroid Other M, they would probably retcon a lot of things that was established, because Other M is supposed to be a prequel.
I don't think Metroid would work for live action. There'd be far too much CGI. The human element would stand out far too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they just went for a full CGI movie, though, same way that I felt like they did with the Mario movie, that feels like it's all done in a computer.
Yeah.
But
because it'd be like a mixture of
on point. If they did it like that, I think
it would
the
be
whole
like
film would work perfectly.
I could totally see Metroid as be like, this is the Alien films for this generation, like the next generation. This would be their Alien.
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
I think you're wrong though when you say that Mario is the Mickey Mouse of Gen Z. I actually think it's someone else.
Okay.
And y'all will probably laugh at me, but I'm dead ass serious. I think it's SpongeBob SquarePants.
True. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Honest
totally.
God, really. SpongeBob has been around for over 20 years now.
It has been, it's been over 20 years. I remember when it first aired back in like 1998.
Yeah, I
This
did
is
too.
25 years basically.
Yeah, I remember watching it back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it. I love SpongeBob. I haven't watched any of the newer seasons, but fucking SpongeBob is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Never played any of the games though, but yeah.
It's kind of feel like about Fairly Odd Parents, stuff like that. I was like, you look back to that old stuff, you look back to those old cartoons, you look at them now, you never realize how good the writers are.
Mm-hmm.
You never realize how good their jokes are, because their timing was just absolutely perfect, on point.
Mm-hmm.
And some shit that's still funny today.
Mm-hmm. Like I showed the other day, every time Loki says the angriest wrench in Valhalla, and he's talking about Mark, all I can think of is the episode of SpongeBob where he breaks Gary's shell and he watches the commercial with the shell selling guy, and he's angry Jack, he's seething. That's all I can ever think of.
I do you one better, Arlena.
What?
Go back and rewatch some old Looney Tunes cartoons.
Oh, definitely. I watched.
They're funniest. I would argue they're even funnier now.
Yeah. No, Yosemite Sam all the way.
Oh God. Oh God.
I
I die laughing. I'm just like, I've died.
His teeny tiny feet. It's like, how does he walk on those teeny tiny feet? Yeah, I love Looney Tunes. Oh my gosh.
You need that smart, really smart, quippy writing, and that requires and that does require experience. That does require, people who have been around in that time to be able to take something like that, take the situations they're in, and create something that is very funny and engaging and very smart and very just like the timing of jokes and Looney Tunes is like it's every time it's on point. It hits you every time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we're gonna go with adult themes, because I believe I know I've never watched Venture Brothers, but I believe it used to come on Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
So if we're going with adult themed, then I'm gonna have to say Archer.
Yes.
Oh, Archer is yes. Oh God, that's such a great show.
And thank you, Jester, for introducing me to Archer.
Oh,
You're
Archer.
welcome.
Oh yes, Woodhouse. We love you and miss you, Woodhouse.
Woodhouse. Oh my God.
Venture Brothers is so cherished. It is such a cherished property. Like
Archer's amazing.
And then when Jester says every time we holler at each other in chat and I say Arwin and you say Arlena and we say Mark, all he can think of is Lana.
Right? What?
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 Well, it's going to be that way.
I thought about doing this art piece with an Archer Firefly mashup. Of course, Archer would be Mal, Lana would be Zoe. I'd have Ray be Kaylee, with the the back. Woodhouse would be Book. Of course, the doctor would be what's his face, Simon. Who did I? Oh, Charlene. Charlene would be a Summer, not a Summer. Summer Glau. Her name of her character. Everything is escaping me today.
River.
River, thank you, would be River. Mallory would be Anara.
Oh God.
Wow.
I could see her casting herself as Anara.
Can't you? With Anara's sexy clothes, and of course she's got her pearls and her drink in her hand and her bobbed hair. I mean, Robert had always said, he was like, honey, you need to do that. You need to draw that. It's Archer characters, but dressed up like the Firefly characters. And I'm like, I want to see this. All right, maybe I'll have to work on
Seriously, I love me some Archer and I love me some Firefly. I want to see that mashup.
Can you not see it? And Ray,
Yeah.
can you see Ray sitting out there with his little Kaylee umbrella and his little, the little Chinese, little Oriental vest that she wears at the beginning, and his hair is two little space buns for his hair.
you bring a Firefly, and I'm like, and the first thing I think in my mind, I was like, listen, there's.
Oh, Pam is Jane.
Buffy. Listen, Buffy is great. Angel is great. They're both timeless. But it seems that a lot of shows that we've been getting in the past decade or so have been trying so bad to replicate the Joss Whedon style of writing. Joss Whedon style. Well, you see that with the MCU. Too.
Lots of feelings in hallways. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but also trying to be quippy.
That teen angst.
Right.
I call it.
Teen angst. I've got an answer for everything because I'm
They're
so
just
smart.
desperately trying to be quippy and funny, and it's like it doesn't work. It's like it doesn't work all the time.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that.
Well, y'all, we've been going for almost 2 hours. Of course, y'all know Daryl had to step out. He wasn't feeling well. So get better, buddy. Hope you feel better.
Soon, dude.
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and wrap it on up. And Tim, we'll start with you. What do you got coming up?
Well, I got to go over to Ray Bays later. I was naughty. I don't know. No, I think the next thing I'm going to see is Family, Fast 10. So I'll probably do a non-spoiler review. I think that comes out next weekend. So I'm definitely going to see that. And then more gaming streams. We're going to be playing Fortnite. We're going to get those watch hours up, baby. Get monetized.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I really don't know what to cover, to be honest, because what major shows are going on right now? Like none, really.
Yeah.
So it's
none that's worth watching.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard Rabbit Hole was really good.
Rabbit Hole is good. Yellowstone is good. Those shows don't get a lot, but see, because I think they're not necessarily sci-fi or fantasy, but they are good shows.
Well, I would argue that, like, and I remember Script Doctor saying this during High Council recently, that on World Class Bullshit channels, is like there's a lot of great shows out there that are not for, I guess you could say our little sphere on YouTube, or our circles here, but they have been affected by the writer's strike as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's funny because like everyone I know who has seen Yellowstone absolutely loves it, but nobody's talking about it.
Right.
And I'm like, but if you love it, maybe if we talk about, and I'm talking to myself too, I'm pointing fingers at myself too. Maybe if we talk about it, it will introduce it to other people and they'll want to watch it.
Right, because I do think he gave me a point. It was like there's a lot of great content out there. It's just it's not in our little corner of YouTube. It's not, like,
We're
because
talking,
we're very
keep
focused
talking
on
about shit that we end up not liking,
and we focus on general,
like.
and we focus on just like pop culture in general, and just kind of from the bigger names, and not paying so much attention to kind of the other stuff that is out there.
And maybe we should start.
Yeah,
something to think about.
Definitely. But there's Tim's YouTube channel. Y'all get on over there and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you for being here tonight, Tim.
Yeah,
we greatly appreciate it.
Always
appreciate
good
it.
to see you, Tim.
Yeah, it's always great to see you. Mac, what do you got coming up?
Okay, so if you guys did not hear the news, I am officially back on weekends. My schedule changed, so there will not be a Friday show anymore on the main channel. This weekend there will not be Machini Live tomorrow, mainly just because it's Mother's Day, and I figured why not just take the week off. And I know that because my co-host is a mom as well, and there's probably plenty of other we probably have plenty of moms in within our circles, our little chats as well, who probably want to spend that day as well. So I figured let's not, and I'm going to do the same for Father's Day too. So but there will be 2 new videos coming this week, next week, and one of which is a new time lapse, and the other is the return of my Monday video series, Maki Sketch Diary. It's been like 3-4 months since I did a sketch diary entry, so I got a lot of catching up to do. Other than that, I'm hanging in there. It's just I'm kind of like Daryl right now. I'm really under the weather because fucking hell waking up. It's like the thing where it feels like you think you slept the right way, but in your reality you didn't, and now your back has been bothering you for 2 days straight. Yeah,
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still going.
Welcome to old age, Mac. Welcome to old age.
God.
Don't remind me.
Says one of the younger men on the panel.
But no, God. No, but yeah. So I got 2 new videos to compensate. Oh, and of course, I got my Monday morning show, Machini in the morning, which says 7 a.m. right after 0 hour on Loki's channel. So definitely stop by, head over there right after you're done, and then we do our Monday morning session. So we'll do that, and then I got 2 new videos coming next week as well that I think you guys.
Damn it,
really
Mac!
enjoy.
You would do it at the same time as Steven, wouldn't you?
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's my work schedule, because I go to work in later. I'm like, you know what? I got like 3-4 hours in the morning to myself. I'm like, let's just go live. Let's just go live and do a morning show. Let's do a morning show. Why not? And then, yeah. So I know this.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know.
And
No,
there
that's the same
is
thing.
Mac right there. There's his link. Y'all subscribe to Mac.
I love
if you
y'all.
haven't already.
Listen, I love all y'all, but F all y'all. I'm gonna stream the way when I want, how I want. Okay.
Damn straight.
I ain't mad at you. Shit, I ain't mad at you.
Okay, y'all get mad at me.
Look, I ain't mad at you one bit, because we have our set schedule, and that's when we stream, and and it is what it is. If we go over somebody, somebody is streaming at the same time. Sorry, it's not on purpose.
Exactly.
Right?
You know?
If I start mocking me live at the same time somebody else is doing a show or something, I'm like, tough titty. This is my shit. This is my show.
Yeah, you
I've been
gotta
doing
do
this
it
shit
when
for
you can
years.
do it.
This is
Yeah.
this is my slot. I don't
Mhm.
care about
Right.
any of y'all. I love y'all, but I don't care about any of y'all when it comes
Right.
when it comes
And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen anyway. At
Exactly.
some point, if you're a YouTuber, at some point you're gonna stream when one of your friends is streaming.
There's an
Yeah.
easier way to do this. It's called opening a new tab and just letting
Yeah.
that show play out. Or if you're on your
Mhm.
phone, just switch out. Just learn how to switch back and forth between shows.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that. I've been in multiple chats before, and I will find myself responding in one chat, and I meant to respond in the other, and people are
Yeah.
like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like,
Look,
"Oops, wrong
I do
chat."
that. Look, no, I do that with the damn our group texts and
Mhm.
the damn chat.
Yes.
Luckily I've never put anything really bad in the chat that I meant to put in the group.
See,
in our
I'm
group
terrified of
text,
that now.
but
See, I'm terrified. Y'all gonna say something on my chat, and I'm gonna have to. Y'all gonna say something on my chat while you're watching Maki Live something, and the stream has to stop. Everything has to immediately stop because I'll be like, "What the f is this?"
Yep.
Yep. So Arwen, what do you have coming up? I should say
Um.
we, because most of the time it's us.
Yeah. Next week, Backtube, Sugar and Spice, more Backtube, and I'll be doing Hogwarts.
Are you going to stream by yourself next Friday? Are you going to start that up
Okay.
again?
I'm
You
thinking
gotta
about
stream
it.
Hogwarts Legacy, Arwen. You got to.
I can't figure out how to do it from Xbox though. We've looked the last time Arlena streamed Fortnite from Xbox, you could hear her, but you couldn't hear everyone else. And then I'm like, well, how do I do it? And she's like, well, I'm not sure. I think you could do it to Twitch, but I don't know now if you could do it to YouTube. But I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I
But
don't know
yeah.
how to do it right
Well,
from the Xbox
to
to
be-
you. I know how to do it from the Xbox to Twitch because it's very simple. But
Oh
other
well,
than
then
that, I
you
don't
did
know.
you stream from your PC that time? We did that.
No,
We
no, I
did
had
that
Twitch.
test.
I had Twitch connected to
That's okay. I knew that's
YouTube.
You
yeah.
can try. I mean, you can always try OBS. That's what me and Fats use.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I got to get somebody to walk me through that. So it's a lot of work, and with Avalon 19, I just haven't risked it.
If
But
it makes you,
anyway.
if it makes you feel better, Arwen, Microsoft is Arwening itself right now.
Told you. Avalon
Yeah.
19 is going to be
Yeah.
responsible for Skynet.
It's happening to big corporations. Just look at Redfall.
Yep.
But
And,
I might. I've been thinking about it, and part of the reason it's funny the subject was brought up. Part of the reason I have not streamed by myself is because a lot of people started streaming on Thursdays and Fridays, kind of when I was most comfortable streaming. And I didn't want to. I'm like, well, okay, if I set up a stream
right,
here, we've got this
stop
person streaming.
stop
that
being
person
a
streaming.
marshmallow ass. You
I
don't need
know,
to be a
and I
marshmallow ass.
realized though I need to
And
find
set up
my
your
groove
stream
and just do
wherever
it.
you want to and do it.
Yeah.
I was tuned in. I was tuned into that Tuesday morning stream you did on the reaction to TMNT, on the reaction to the TMNT trailer, because that gave birth to Black Arwen.
It did. It did.
So
right.
anyway, but yeah, that's it for
Yeah.
me.
And Jester, y'all know you can find him on VacTube, on Fat Stevens. He floats around.
And don't sub to me. You'll be disappointed.
Yeah, he doesn't do content. He hangs out with me most of the time. And of course, y'all will see VacTube next week. We definitely have Sugar and Spice, and we still dual stream on my channel and Arwen's channel. Feel free to subscribe to me, but I'd rather y'all subscribe to Arwen and here on the VacTube because I really don't care about numbers.
Yes, I know we don't care about numbers, but like I said, the T-shirt historian, we got to get y'all monetized.
Oh, I could care less. I'd rather see the VacTube. I want to see the VacTube monetized, and I want to see Arwen monetized. Whether or not my channel gets monetized, I could give a shit less.
Y'all deserve it. Yeah, seriously deserve it.
Thank you.
So y'all make sure that you subscribe to everybody that's here on panel. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. We love each and every one of you, and I'm trying to talk while I'm finding the outro. Okay, there it is. Daryl switches stuff around. I don't know where he put it. And we love you, and like Daryl says, remember, no matter where you are in the universe, you always have a seat at our table, and it is a kiddie's table. But like I always say, always remember there are still kind people out there, and if you can't find one, then be one. We'll see y'all later.
May the force
Bye,
be with
y'all.
you
Bye, y'all.
I
always.